Hello, my little sinners and saints. I hope everyone is doing well today. Today we are going to be discussing Jeffrey Dahmer. It's going to be heinous, I'll tell you right now. Viewer discretion. There will be adult dialogue. There will be triggers. There will be everything that probably upsets a lot of people. Please do not come to this channel if you are offended, upset, triggered, or you do not like a lot of situations. Thank you. Okay, so there's a lot that I want to go over. I'm going to kind of glaze over it, but there's still a lot that's going to be going over with it. So try to get my screen share here. I want to play some videos because I want you to get an idea of certain things. So if you're not privy to psychology in any form, then you would know what it is. It opened it in a different tab. Oh well, we'll start with this one anyway.
Jeffrey Dahmer, the serial killer and cannibal whose saga of evil has been given new life in the hit Netflix series Monster.
I'm going to ask you some questions that are tough.
In this never-before-seen video from the Inside Edition archives, he's clearly nervous. His hands won't stay still as he prepares for the exclusive 1993 interview.
What questions do you start with?
A new generation is learning about his horrifying crimes through the #1 Netflix series.
What appears to be a psychopathic mass murder.
This world-exclusive interview took place inside the maximum security prison in Wisconsin, where he was serving 999 years. He was escorted by 3 prison guards. One officer held each arm as he was taken in handcuffs into an elevator. Nobody was taking any chances with the most notorious killer in America. Dahmer was 33 when he told Nancy Glass about his twisted motive for killing 17 men.
Not because I was angry with them, not because I hated them, but because I wanted to keep them with me. And as my obsession grew, I was saving body parts such as skulls and skeletons. And eventually I did turn to cannibalism.
He described how he picked up his victims in gay bars and brought them home.
I'd have the sleeping pill mixture already prepared. Person would drink it, fall asleep, and that's when they would be strangled.
And he made a startling admission about the evil urges that propelled him to kill.
Do you still feel those same urges? Do you still feel that compulsion, that obsession?
I wish I could say that it just left completely, but no, there are times when I still do have the old compulsions.
A creature of the night, he said he slept most of the day in prison. During the interview, he asked for several breaks.
Can we cut the film here for
Sure.
me?
Dahmer was murdered by another prison inmate just...
Okay, that kind of give you a little bit of insight. I don't know what I done with the one. I might look it up before I get off here because I wanted you to know one thing specifically. And this is what was in his house.
Milwaukee police found unusual substances and evidence, including hydrochloric acid and Polaroids, in the apartment of infamous cannibal and murderer Jeffrey Dahmer. Dahmer was convicted in 1994 and was known as the Milwaukee cannibal who brutally murdered 17 men and boys between 1978 and 1991. Police found evidence of the crime in his apartment. There were vats of hydrochloric acid that Dahmer used to dissolve the bodies of his victims in a refrigerator that kept the skeletons. Authorities also found graphic photographs of necrophilia and sketches of a shrine he was to build. Various knives, saw blades, hypodermic needles and electric drills were scattered on the floor as it will be shown in this video. They also found a man's severed head in the fridge. Jeffrey had sexual acts with his mostly young and gay victims before disassembling their body parts. A victim named Tracy Edwards escaped from the apartment, leading to the killer's arrest.
Do you see the pictures? This picture, keep it in mind because it's going to come into play later. See how that person's laid out like that? And we're going to talk about this a little bit later. And this barrel, something to do with him returning it when he went to get it. I guess you're supposed to return them, or most people do. And the guy that sold him this one said that he acted really strange, and he said he wasn't concerned about returning it, and that was odd to him. Okay.
We were just living, what we call the American dream.
I guess that's it. Let's do a little bit of Jeffrey Dahmer quiz just to see before we go over certain things, what we knew. Obviously, that's Milwaukee. Okay, now this one I've heard 15, 16, and 17. The book that I'll show you here in a minute says 17. So I'm going to go with 17. Strangled them. And I'll tell you right now, I don't know all these. We'll say once. And I'll tell you about his brother too. And I have no idea what his cell phone was. Let's see what we got. Okay, he was almost caught twice. and it was 648. Okay, well, I suck. Okay, let's see what we got. Camera. There's the trigger warning. Warning, warning, fucking warnings. Like I said, we will be talking about Jeffrey Dahmer today. Again, warning. Again, warning. Okay, this is Jeffrey's mom and dad. I'm gonna show you. I have the big book of serial killers. If you don't have this and you're into true crime and stuff, this is good to have. But we're gonna read a little bit out of it, and then I've got some notes, and then we'll look at more pictures. Let me share the screen again. It says perhaps this is a little bit of background history on Dahmer. It says perhaps one of the most famous serial killers this century, Jeffrey Dahmer, was the first of two children born to Lionel and Joyce Annette Dahmer. Lionel was a student of chemistry at Marquette University, and Joyce worked as an instructor of teletype machines. Both parents absolutely doted on Dahmer as an infant, but his mother was known to be a little difficult and attention hungry. I know some people like that. She would often get into arguments with her husband as well as the neighbors, and she was quite a tense person. When Dahmer started school, his mother spent more and more time laying in bed, supposedly recovering from weakness because his father was away a lot due to his studies. When he came home, Joyce was constantly demanding his attention away from the children. Joyce would regularly work herself into an anxious state over small matters, and at one point she attempted suicide by taking an overdose of medication she had become become addicted to. Because of his mother's issues, Dahmer and his brother received little attention from either parent. Dahmer later stated that their home life was one of the extreme tensions, especially between his parents who argued constantly. As a student, Dahmer was described as timid and quiet and gave the sense that he was neglected at home. It was well known that his mother had illness and issues, and it felt that this was the feeling of neglect Dahmer had would probably be due to that. Dahmer didn't Dahmer did, however, have a small group of friends while he was at school. And again, he was born May 21st, 1960. Number of victims was 17. One got away. That's why he got caught. Excuse me. And the murder method was cutting their throats and strangulation. He had characteristics of rape, cannibalism, necrophilia, and dismemberment. I'm going to run over the murder victims and give you their names and dates. The timeline of the murders is June 18th, 1978, Stephen Hicks, 18. November 20th, 1987, Stephen Tunami, 25. I'm butchering names. January 16th, 1988, James Dockstetter, 14. March 24th, 1988, Richard Guerrero, 22. March 25th, 1989, Anthony Sears, 24. May 20, 1990, Raymond Smith, 32. June 14th, 1990, Edward Smith, 27. September 2nd, 1990, Ernest Miller, 22. It was more. But wait, there's more. Okay, September 24th, 1990, David Thomas, 22. February 18th, 1991, Curtis Stoddard, 17. April 7th, 1991, Earl Lindsay, 19. May 24th, 1991, Tony Hughes, 31. And there's no way I'm going to get this name, but I'll try. May 27th, 1991, Conriac Sinenta phone 14. He's the one that he drills a hole in his head. June 30th, 1991, Matt Turner, 20. June 5th, 1991, Jeremy Weinberger, 23. July 15th, 1991, Oliver Lacey, 24. And the last one, July 19th, 1991, Joseph Brandenhoff, 25. And when they went into Dahmer's apartment, they found the following items: 4 severed heads, 7 skulls, blood dripping on a tray in the refrigerator, 2 human hearts, parts of arm muscles, a torso, a bag of organs and flesh, 2 whole skeletons, keep that in mind, 2 hands, 2 penises that had been preserved, a scalp, 3 torsos in the drum, and 74 photos of dismembered bodies. That's what got him caught, because when the last guy escaped and they come back for the key, then they went in the room with him and they seen the photos, and he was like, oh no, it's his partners that I have, but they were dead. Okay, that's his glasses. They were actually sold recently. Again, it's another picture of his father and the man that played his father. This is a picture of Jeffrey in college where he was passed out. I find it odd. I'll show you another picture. His pants are undone. I think this is a running theme. I don't know. Again, we've seen pictures of inside of his apartment a while ago. This was him in court. This is the young man that he drilled a hole in his skull. And this was the cops helping him get the young man back into the apartment because he told them that that was his lover and is drunk and they had a fight, and they believed him. That was one of the times, I guess, that he about got caught. This is a newspaper clipping from the time where body parts littered across the apartment. 12 bodies might be involved. This is the young men. See, it says 16 that were killed. Here's another picture of the young men, their names. This is his apartment door, 213, and you can see the tape on it, the police tape. Just so you know, this lock right here is what Jeffrey put on his door. This is not what the cops did. Again, a picture we've seen. Notice the bleach and the Lysol. Apparently it wasn't working. See the beer cans. Then again, the tools. There's the photos that actually got everything going. Even though there's a barrel back here full of body parts and torsos, you can see that there's a lot of pictures. And it looks like a syringe there. I didn't notice that. That picture right there. That's them taking out the freezer. There's a picture of the torso holder. Okay, now we're going to start getting into some gruesome stuff. So trigger alert, trigger alert. This is 2 of the skulls that he had and was keeping. Remember, we had the picture where he was wanting to build the skeletons. We'll get to that in a minute. Just remember, there's 2. I'm only going to let you guess what these are. And then you see there's a lot of bones here. He said he had enough for 2 skeletons. This is the man's head, his hands, his penis. This is another man that he gutted. This is a man that he had tied up. I'm thinking he might have killed him, but I don't know that for sure. Trying to get to them. I'm assuming this man is dead. I think that's what it said there. There's more of the pictures. 2 human heads in the freezer. Remember that picture is on the wall, but it was facing the other way where the guy was laying on the table. And this right here, they said that he would cut holes in the torsos to have sex with the dead bodies. And I don't know for sure, but I wondered, was this one of the holes? This is him in court. While we take a minute here, and I'm going to show you Dr. Hickey in a minute. He's an instructor at the school that I go to, and he does my residencies. And he said that one day he was at the airport, he's getting ready to go home, and he run into Jeffrey Dahmer's brother. Long story short, he got an interview per se, because it was just more of talking with Jeffrey Dahmer's mom, and she told him because at this point Jeffrey had died, and he asked her, for 6 years Jeffrey didn't kill nobody. What was going on? And she told him, she said he would watch the newspapers and the news and see whenever young people were killed, and he would go to their funeral, go to their wake, then he would go dig them up and have sex with them. That's why he didn't kill for 6 years. Then let's talk about this. This is a full skeleton. This one, it says painted above it. This one, I think that or what do you call it, like incense or something's on it. There's incense here. These are all supposed to be skulls. This is a black table. This would be a black chair where Jeffrey would sit. This is supposed to be a lamp, and these are skulls. These are skulls. And he said if he could have accomplished making this right here, he thinks that he would have been fulfilled. And this is them tearing down. This is the apartments where he lived. And this is them tearing them down. I guess they figured that too much had went on there. This is the gentleman that got away. And then you seen him in the interview a while ago. This is Dr. Hickey. This man is so intelligent. It is unreal. Unreal. You can actually buy the urn of Jeffrey Dahmer. I'm sure somebody's done that by now. But this is the man that killed Jeffrey Dahmer. This is a picture of Jeffrey after he had been beat to death in prison. I feel sure there's some medical reason why, but do you notice that his pants are open almost in the same way as they were before? And this is him. This is him. And that is him. Thank you for watching my little presentation. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, complaints, anything else, be sure and contact customer service. They are open Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 business hours. And let me check that number. It's 1-800-FUCK-OFF. Okay, this is my little thing on Jeffrey Dahmer. There was a little bit more, but I'm gonna skip over that. But I want to do, I guess, Edmund Kemper next. So we'll be doing the Kempster. Thank y'all for coming. If you like what you've seen, subscribe. If not, then thank you for watching. and I will see you next time. Bye.